Hi, this is Dizzy with Classy Aspie, and I want to talk about one of my special interest shows, or my special interest as an Aspie, and a favorite TV show, Mesh. And that's really the only way I watch TV. So, Mr. Robot, you may have seen me in other videos if you follow me, wearing a denim jacket that has Mr. Robot patches, F Society, Mr. Robot. I'm really into it. The show follows a hacker with DID, Dissociative Identity Disorder. He has multiple personalities. Obviously, there are spoilers in this video because I'm going to be addressing the new season, which only has 2 episodes so far and it's the last season. I kind of want to analyze Elliot because the upcoming episodes are going to reveal something very big about his personality. If you haven't seen the show and don't want spoilers, don't watch. If you're interested in DID or you like Mr. Robot, come on. Anyway, he has a sister, Darlene. He had an abusive mother and his father died via cancer brought on by basically the DARP army and all that. He's trying to defeat a very large hacker group, and he's a very talented hacker, and so is his sister. So anyway, Mr. Robot is his other personality, and Mr. Robot looks exactly like his dead father, except he has the exact opposite personality of the dead father. Elliot has a very avoidant personality, a very schizoid personality, but DID is obviously the focus. So with DID, and I feel like Sam, who wrote, the show, looked into it before he wrote the character. So I'm gonna have to say, as in the last episode, the newest episode, it's revealed at the end of the episode that there is a third alter. And Sam has revealed that this third alter will add to rewatch, as in, once we go back and rewatch all the seasons, all the episodes, it'll make sense. Meaning, I figured it out. It comes out Sunday. If I'm wrong, I mean, you could sue me, but you're not going to get anything out of it. So it's revealed he has another one. This is revealed by him going into a room, which is often used to depict chambers in which the personalities all exist together. And in that chamber, there's little Elliot as a child, and his mother comes in and says, "I've been looking everywhere for you." And he's just spinning in his chair, and the mother says that they're not ready. He says, "Who? Mr. Robot? No. Elliot? No." And the mother says, "No, the other one." And the boy gets up and leaves. Now, this symbolism, even though I know it was in Tyrell's office, I know everyone wants it to be, everyone wants the third alter to be the hello friend, which is the audience that Elliot talks to. But we have seen the inside of Elliot's mind a little bit. And the fact that twice in this season we have seen the mother in his mind and young Elliot in his mind, they aren't alters, but they're there. And now we're talking about the third alter. I believe the third alter is being represented now as lying in wait, the person who caused the harm and the young child who experienced it. Those two mesh together, and what happened between them will be what the third alter is, which I believe is the mask. Because the way alters develop, you don't just get a magical new personality. It's a disorder, and it sucks. Can you imagine losing time and you're not even drunk? Like, I think that in the next episode, or in the coming episodes, we will see that the third alter will be the Elliot we saw as a child in the theater when his dad took him to a movie. His dad was very sick with like leukemia or something like that. Coughed up blood and passed out. And Elliot was cold, motherfucker. He was cold. He just looked at his dad on the ground, walked off, took his jacket and stuff. Like, it was cold. I had never seen, it made me uncomfortable because when I was that age, my mom was also sick. I had experiences like that when my mom fell out, and I didn't respond the way little Elliot did. I think that was the third alter. And I think that Elliot made a lot of F Society videos with that mask on. And, people don't see Elliot turn into Mr. Robot. They might notice a change in demeanor. So the fact that Vera shows back up, who, killed Elliot's girlfriend in the first season, and he doesn't remember that he showed up, makes me think that the Monopoly mask symbol that is in Mr. Robot heavily, and actually I made a video in a graveyard where I think that was the third alter, and I think that Elliot made a lot of F Society videos with that mask on. And, you know, people don't see Elliot turn into Mr. Robot. They might notice a change in demeanor. So the fact that Vera shows back up, who, you know, killed Elliot's girlfriend in the first season, and he doesn't remember that he showed up, makes me think that the Monopoly mask symbol that is in Mr. Robot heavily, and actually I made a video in a graveyard wearing the mask, kind of parodying the show back in New York. You can look at it. I have lots of pictures of that mask. Oh my god. Anyway, I think that mask is more representative of the third alter, which I believe is cold, calculating, and working maybe more in cahoots with White Rose than Elliot realizes. This personality would be known as... Anyway, I think that mask is more representative of the third alter, which I believe is cold, calculating, and working maybe more in cahoots with White Rose than Elliot realizes. This personality would be known as what is the protector, and that's why I think he's not ready, given to the mom in Elliot's head, to little Elliot in Elliot's head. Because whatever mama did to little Elliot, that's what made the third alter. I do not think it's the audience. We're just friend. We are passive. We are observant. This is not some select your ending. Okay, Sam's a good writer. I know them when I see one, because I'm a good writer too. May have this third personality who talked to Tyrell quite a bit, which is why Mr. Robot and Elliot were both confused when Tyrell kept bringing up, we were supposed to be gods together. That sounds like something the mask would say, like the F Society mascot would say. I think the F Society mascot represents what the third alter is. And if you watch some of the earlier videos, they do mix the voices, and something you can hear Mr. Robot, Christian Slater. He's so cute. So is Remy though. So is Darlene. I want to fuck the whole cast. The third alter is probably going to do something so horrific that it undermines everything Elliot and or Mr. Robot have worked for. And I think Mr. Robot may know about this third alter and be kind of like, oh no, please don't start making more appearances, dude. Because, you know, with alters you lose time. I don't have DID. I do have PTSD that I experience a little bit of regression that makes me act a little bit like a teenager. But there's no harm in that, and I don't lose time. It's just a little bit of a demeanor change and a regression that helps me cope. And it's not even on purpose. So, you know, that's another story. But I don't think a lot of the people who are spouting, you know, fan theories actually have a good grasp on DID. I think this is going to be a calculated, mean-ass personality who would best be represented by the F Society mascot. I know Elliot didn't make all his videos, but I think Elliot made videos he doesn't remember making. If you're a fan of the show or not, go back and listen to some of the F Society tapes. And listen to the words. Listen to how menacing it really is. Because even Elliot looks creeped out in the first season by the F Society videos. I think that it's going to end up being a very menacing alter. Because Mr. Robot is very aggressive and assertive. Elliot's very passive. And if he had a traumatic childhood in the way of a over-domineering mother, you know, the type, she seems like the type who would induce a serial killer to exist. You know what I mean? So, I'm a pig. I just snorted. Just snorted on a YouTube video. So I'm really excited about this show. Like, I get really excited about shows, and I know I don't talk about them on YouTube much, but maybe I should. And I'm really sad that it's ending. I need to get some more patches for my jacket to, like, celebrate, you know. But I love Mr. Robot. I love the writing. I love the cast, and I really am interested to see where Sam is going with this third alter. And I don't think it's the audience, and it's not Tyrell, and it's not his mom, and it's just, I've seen some stupid theories that just don't add up. Anyone he has interacted with, you know, other than Mr. Robot, is real. So, he's not Dom either. Okay? Imagine working for the FBI and having your own face on the board that you're tracking down. What if he's Dom too? Yeah, let me put a picture of myself up here while I work for the FBI. Someone with DID isn't likely to pass the screening to get into the FBI. No offense if you have the disorder. I mean, I'm autistic. I don't think they'd let me in either. And I originally wanted to work for him. It would have had to be something that was highly associated with his childhood or maybe even teen years. But we know that Elliot had problems as a child. He had episodes, as Darlene says. And he believed his dad pushed him out of the window when in reality, he threw himself out of the window. Guess who I think that sounds like? Cold, calculating, son of a bitch, F Society mascot. Yeah. It's not uncommon in DID cases for there to be a protector who comes out once in a while and they think they're protecting and they wreak havoc. Again, these cases are rare, but it's a TV show. Therefore, if it's not about something rare, who's going to watch it? I mean, what are we going to do? Watch Netflix? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and